Mindy, that story is in Judges 17. It's a very important story to really understand the gospel. When you look at the story in the full, it mirrors Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, you need to go back to the prophecies of the sons in Genesis 49. And it says that Benjamin is a ravenous wolf. And this took place in the town of Gibeah in the territory of Benjamin. They were actually worse than the people in Sodom and Gomorrah, because in Sodom and Gomorrah, in the story, no one raped anyone, and this was a gang rape where they killed a woman. Now, a little side note, King Saul is the first king of Israel, and what town does he come from? Gibeah. Now, it's really interesting, in Genesis 49, it says that the kings will come from Judah. It goes to show us that Saul was chosen by man. That's what God says. It was your choice. And man will always choose sin over God's sovereign choice of Christ, because Christ comes from Judah. And King David came from Judah, and that is the line that Jesus comes from. Now, we need to go to Psalm 68. I think it's verses 26 and 27, or 25 and 26. It's in the 20s. And it says, "Bless God in the great congregation, those who are of Israel's fountain. There is Benjamin, the least of them, in the lead, and the princes of Judah in their throng, and the princes of Zebulun in their throng, and the princes of Naphtali." And so we need to ask, why is this the great congregation? The is the definite article. There are 12 tribes of Israel. Why are there only 4 mentioned? We see that in the center is the Lord, Israel's fountain. And Benjamin, doesn't say he's a prince. The other 3 are princes. He's leading the way. And remember, Benjamin represents the wicked, evil sinner. And the wicked, evil sinner comes to Judah. Judah is the line that Jesus Christ comes from. So Benjamin, the wicked, evil sinner, comes to Jesus Christ. And this is the first prince mentioned. So now he becomes royalty. We are a royal priesthood, is what Peter says. And then the princes of Zebulun. As you go back to Genesis 49, it says that Zebulun will be a harbor for ships. Well, a harbor only does 2 things. It brings ships in and sends ships out. And ships only carry 2 things, goods and people. And then it says, "in the princes of Naphtali." When you go to Naphtali, you'll see that it says that Naphtali bears beautiful fawns of the fold. Well, deer don't belong to a fold. And then if you look at the footnotes, it says, "and speaks beautiful words," or makes beautiful children. So let's put this together. The wicked, evil sinner comes to Jesus and becomes a royal priesthood that is sent out to speak beautiful words, to make beautiful children for the Lord, who is Israel's fountain. Then we go to Revelation chapter 4, and John sees Jesus on the throne, and it says, and he that sat on the throne had the appearance of jasper and carnelian, and there was a rainbow of emerald around him. Well, when you look at the birthstones in order in Exodus 28, I believe it is, and you line it up with the sons of Judah in order, jasper is the birthstone for Benjamin. Jesus took on our sin on the cross. That carnelian is not a birthstone, but it has a very unique color, and that is blood red. Jesus took our sin onto himself, and he cleansed us. He redeemed us with his blood. And that rainbow is reminiscent of The rainbow with Noah, it is an unbreakable covenant promised by God, but it is emerald. And when you look at the birthstones in order, it's the fourth birthstone. It is the birthstone for the tribe of Judah, where kings come from, where Jesus comes from. And he says, I am taking the sinner's sin onto myself. I am redeeming them by my blood, and I am making an unbreakable covenant promised by my name that I will redeem them and they will be with me in heaven. And now back to the original story. After the Levite cut up his concubine and sent it to all 12 tribes of Israel, they came and said, what's this all about? And he says, nothing in Israel has ever been done like this. It's been so disgusting. And so they decided to make war against Benjamin. And as they gathered around Gibeah, they cast lots to see who would go first. And Judah was called. And Judah went up against Benjamin. And Benjamin killed a bunch of soldiers from Judah, massacred them. And then on the third day, Israel won the war. Wicked, evil Benjamin killed Judah. The sinner had Christ killed, but on the third day, he won the war. That is the gospel. Our sin is as bad as Benjamin's. And God, in Jesus Christ, took our sin upon himself and paid the price so we could be forgiven, redeemed, and have eternal life. And Jesus says in John 17:3, and this is eternal life, that they know you, the only true God, and Jesus Christ, whom he has sent. I think it's very fitting around Christmas time because that's why Jesus came.